Hi, good day again. Another video this quick. I am on fire. This is crazy. Anyway, I want to try to get this out before the rain comes again. And while the feeling is here, started having the conversation in my head, which often happens, and then I go to write it down, and then by the time I do all of that, I have no interest in actually making the video. But this epiphany just came over me and I had to share right away, because I think I understand a little bit more about me now, but also a little bit more about this this energy that's happening. So in the collective and in the astrological realm, so I guess the astronomy realm too, really, when you think about it, because planets are astronomy and then that's astrology and it's all linked. Anyway, so in that realm, we're currently undergoing and dealing with a lot of union and reunion energy. So things from the past coming up, karmic ties being finally dealt with, deep healing, but like a big part of this whole thing is this reunification or reunion, and that can do with like old people coming from the past, old themes coming up from the past, lockdowns being dropped and people coming back together again, old love finding each other. They talk a lot about the twin flame and the soulmate reunions, and stuff like that. I leave all that stuff to other people. They can talk about it. I just generally go to check to see if they're sharing a similar vibe to what I'm feeling. I haven't checked anything yet on this vibe today. I just really wanted to talk about it because I think I finally figured something out, and it's why I feel kind of so alone and like I'm asking for why these pleas are coming out to you, the collective, or whoever sees this. I feel a lot better today, and I can feel like there's a lot of shifts happening. I can feel like there's some big changes coming, and I'm excited, and I wanted to kind of use that energy to get this video out. So I do not like authority, like at all. And I've been trying to figure out what it is about this leadership energy that I've often felt. Like I feel called to do something different, and I take on a leadership role pretty good. And in a lot of the astrology and the dreams and the messages that I receive and the thoughts that I come to, I often think that I have to be a leader. But then there's this other side of me that I notice kind of really balks at, is that the word? Balks at? Scoffs at, really? Has this deep, as with the things that contribute to like how I make my decisions, had this deep feeling of discomfort for me, the idea of becoming a leader. And I think that's honestly what bothers me about influencers and the media and the capitalist world and the government and absolutely everything out there, is with all of them have a leader or like a couple of leaders. And we've got this idea of a really high, you know, like that 1% thing, that are like the behind the scenes leaders that are really making the majority of the decisions and influencing the majority of the way that things go down and happen, right? So I don't know why it's like there's been this spiritual knocking at my door, like knock, 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 knock. You've got to do this. You've got to do this. You've got to do this. And I just kept thinking, like, this leadership thing doesn't feel right to me. Everybody is we're supposed to be on this self-centered track toward becoming the CEO of something. the creator of something, the founder of something. And the truth of the matter is very, very few people actually get to that position of being a leader. We are the leaders in our own lives. And, you know, like moms and dads are the leaders of their family, and sometimes you're the leader of your friend group or whatever, but not everybody is cut out to be a leader. And realistically, when I think about it, most leaders get there by not necessarily making the most compassionate, considerate decisions and life choices. Some do, absolutely. There are a lot of really wonderful leaders who are doing wonderful things, and I pay homage to them. But like, why is anybody in any position more valued than anybody else? This is the question that I ask myself every day. Just because somebody is smarter or has more money or has more talents in a certain place does not necessarily mean that they should be able to make a blanket statement over all things in whatever it is that their thing is. So if you're the president, or if you're the chief, or if you're the CEO, or if you're the boss or the owner, or whatever your title is, anything that puts you in that leadership position, you still only have this much in your hands, right? And you're expected to take that much and blanket out rule. And that concept doesn't make any sense to me. Or, you know, like I've worked in corporate situations where if corporate people were coming in, everybody was running around in a tizzy, terrified about like, it's got to be clean and everybody's got to be on their best behavior, and like shying away and then trying to like put on an appearance as though things are perfect for this person who has this leadership role. Or there are course upon course upon course upon course. Everything is about become the leader, become the leader, become the leader. And sometimes I've fallen into that and I've thought, okay, well, somebody's got to take the lead. Because in general, somebody's got to take the lead, because it seems like most people aren't ready to take the lead, or don't know how to take the lead, or don't want to take the lead, or aren't prepared to take the lead. But realistically, at the end of the day, nobody themselves really should be taking the lead. And that is the truth for this entire global society. We are a globe of almost 8 billion people who have a fraction of that population making decisions that affect everything. They affect you, they affect me, they affect the animals, the water, the air, the energy, the earth. Decisions are being made by people that don't even know things about the things they're making decisions about. They're just making these decisions and saying that we know what's best for you. But we all know what's best for us. So I think what I'm struggling with, and like I wanted to make these videos and I wanted to try to have some sort of a impact on the world. And you know, you follow the books and you follow the leaders that teach you how to be a leader, and then they end up with this status, and it happens to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. Once you start to be recognized as an expert in your field, you start to elevate and elevate and elevate, and the world starts to look at you different. They put different expectations on you. You put different expectations on you, and things start to shift and things start to change. And all of a sudden you're up here, and those that you once led because you were there with them, you somehow are elevated, and then that changes you, and then that changes them, and then that changes the whole dynamic. And it goes from a leader who wants to guide and help and work together to a leader who wants to lead. And somehow it happens every time. There becomes an energy of not I'm better than you, but like that sort of an essence of energy. And I'm tired of all of it. Like, that's really what it boils down to at the end of the day. Like, hi, Crow. The birds. This one's probably going to come talk to me here real soon. It's cool. I'm uncomfortable with leadership. I am uncomfortable with people telling me what to do. I am uncomfortable with feeling like I am under control. And I feel that in every single way. Like, who are you to tell me what is best for me? And again, because I'm so earth-based in my thinking about what is the best, if the earth could have a voice and guide us and tell us, and which, by the way, she does. We see that through weather and patterns like that. She does, but we don't listen, right? So she needs representation. And it cannot be by one person, and humanity needs representation, and society needs representation, and there needs to be a representation, and that cannot be by one person in one field. It can't be. So I say, down with the leaders. Let's stop worrying about becoming thought leaders. Let's stop with the mass amounts of focus on trying to one up or become better or become the leader or become the boss or become... Let's stop with that way of thinking, because that does not do good to the collective of people, and that does not do good for our planet. I can't make decisions about things that I don't know about, and nobody can make decisions about things that they don't know about, and nobody knows about everything. So my call is for people to really start to recognize how much of a collective we are. And I am putting it out there that we need to say, down with the single leadership idea and the rising to glory and the me and the hierarchical system. We are a collective. We must act like one. We must make decisions and take actions moving forward as a collective. And we are a collective of people, of energy, of trees, of land, of air, of earth, of animals. We are all part of that collective. And it should never, ever, ever have been left to a small percentage of people with like an exorbitantly high differential of like what their power and wealth is compared to the people they're making decisions for. It should never have gotten like that. It has gotten out of hand, and the only way to change any of this is for many minds to come together collectively in transparency and in communication on all topics, from science to religion to nature to money to education to health to everything. It is all part of this one whole. That is the union. We are part of one whole. We cannot be controlled by a small few. This earth and society and humanity that participates in society depends on us recognizing just how essential collective decision making and action taking is right now. Now is the time. We have to stop pursuing individual leadership and really start to look at the fact that if I'm okay and you're okay and you're okay and you're okay, then everybody can be okay. But if I'm really okay and there's somebody who is a 10-year-old who is sniffing jet fuel in the slums of Africa because he's so hungry, and he sleeps with a knife in his pocket because he's so terrified for his life. And I get to sleep in a warm, sheltered place and have healthy, nutritious food, and really make a lot of choices based on those freedoms and liberties, even though my life is not easy by any means. If I get that freedoms and that little boy doesn't, then I don't want mine. That's how we should be looking at this world and the way that we move forward. Why do I or anybody get more than anybody else? None of us asked to be here. We all deserve clean air, healthy food, clean water, a place to lay our heads, safety, security, love, compassion, hope. We all deserve that. And I think at the core of it, we all want that. So it is time for us to start recognizing that we are powerful in numbers, and we can effect major, major changes that actually could give us a hopeful, healthy, wonderfully abundant, prosperous future. But we cannot do it if everybody is seeking being a leader instead of being a collaborator. Let's become collaborators. Collaborate with me. Let's collaborate. Come on, let's do it. I don't want to be a leader, but if I have to take on a role where I'm using my voice to try to encourage people to come together, I will do it. But I am really, really, really looking for a collective of people, anybody who has a voice for change and improvement and for our future and for our earth and for, you know what I'm saying? If you understand what it's really about and you really want to make a change, you can be part of that collective. We only have one earth. Let's save her. I love you all. Let's do this together.